some speech by our president, and then we'll move to experts' comment. Expert will give an address globally. This program is available online, and then we will move to students' presentation.
उनकी तरफ कैमरा ऑन कर
Shri B.K. Mehta, lovingly known as Balbai in the textile industry. His contribution in the textile industry was tremendous. He set up his own business in 1954, known as B. Mehta and Company. In 1971, he launched Baltex Engineering Private Limited. His contribution to the Association of Merchants and Manufacturers of Textile Stores and Machinery, India, today known as Indian Textile Accessory and Machinery Manufacturer Association, ITAMA, was tremendous. In 1953, he was elected as 7th President of the Association and subsequently re-elected in 1956, 1966 and 1972. He was also a trustee for over 4 decades. The pivotal role of coordinating the activities of the association was generally left to Shri Balbai, which he handled with tact, determination and passion. He was well known as a responsible member of the association. Balbai was also known as a driving force behind the collection drive for funds for building of the association. On his 70th birthday, 1988, B.K. Mehta Endowment Fund was established in appreciation of his yeoman and meritorious services to the association, to be utilized for encouraging research on textile engineering designs. Members of the association collected rupees 2.18 lakhs to the said fund. He recorded his vision in the form of phrases: technological development and innovation can only survive and sustain you in this challenging competitive global market.
It's a matter of great honor and privilege to be president of ITAMA at its 75th Platinum Jubilee year. It's an association with roots strongly rooted by leaders like Sri Balkrishna Mehta. He was a true visionary who strived to implant seeds of technology and development in ITAMA so as to make it a forum to build Indian textile engineering industry a world leader. Today, we are enjoying the fruits and benefits of path created by such torchbearers. My heartfelt tribute and respect for the great frontrunner. Thank you.
In the next few months, ITAMA will be celebrating its Platinum Jubilee. This is an occasion to remember the outstanding contribution made by one of the founding fathers, Sri Balkrishna Mehta. Today, we would not have been here had it not been for several of his contributions to this association. One of them has been that when this building caught fire and completely destroyed, our association's address was care of footpath. We had a meeting, and in that meeting, Balbai announced that, okay, I have another office in Apollo Street, and you can operate from that office. And for 2 years, we functioned from that office with completely free of charge. Balbai was an outstanding human being, following the highest ethics of business and a human relationship. I have had the great pleasure of accompanying him to many of the donors to this association, and in many occasions, they would only ask, "Yes, Balbai, what shall I do for you?" And he would say, "Yes, our building has caught fire. I need 50,000 rupees from you." And immediately they would tell the accountant, "Make out a check for 50,000. in the name of Itama. That was the type of respect he commanded amongst the business community of Bombay.
Sri Balakrishna Bhai was a very kind and generous person. He was always ready to help the needy and poor. He was daily involved in active helping the poor at the Harakisana hospital. His association, he was involved in textile machinery industry, that's why he came to association with Itama. And Itama, he was greatly helpful in establishing our organization, plus he has got us this building, which is a living memory for his being here. For a long time, he was a trustee for about more than 40 years in this organization, and he has actively associated collecting a good fund for us. That's why we are running our organization very well. We are grateful to him, and we remember him always, and all the organizations where he, together with Hansa, was actively associated, do remember his active association, his smiling face, and his generosity.
Good evening, friends. I have been honored and asked to say a few words about our legendary, the late Sri Balkrishna Mehta, Balbai as known to us. I am one of the rare father and son pair who have had the pleasure to work with and learn from Balbai in our association. I had heard of the late Balbai from my late father, Sri S. V. Rajan, who spoke very highly of him and had great regards and respect for Balbai. I also experienced his greatness during my term as president of AMMTSMI, as Itama was known then, and
I stalwarts of this institution. They are Nana Kulkarni, Mr. Sora Mistry, Mr. J. N. Nair, and Balkrishna Mehta. Year after year, they used to go to Fiki or at Delhi for the meeting, and always gone by the train Frontier Mail. As soon as the train starts, they started joking and laughing and started with the snacks and drinks. Mr. Mistry used to bring dansa, rice and drinks. Balbai with his favorite chicken puri, patties and bulia. And Dada used to
What are your views in regard with ITMA's initiative through BK Mehta Endowment Fund and networking, technology networking session? So there will be three sessions. One will be experts view, then projects will be set by students, and then we will have a stakeholder meeting with the government bodies, and all experts and students will interact with each other. And let us see we are able to give a platform to the student for implementation and commercialization of their projects in the third session. So this is all about today's session. We'll have a lunch break in between, and whoever sees any question, they can pick up. Now with this, I will request our President, Mr. Bhavesh Patel, to please start the session with his welcome address. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mahan. Good morning, all, dear friends, ladies and gentlemen, and my colleagues. It is my honor and highly privilege to welcome you all to this technology event, BK Mehta Technology Networking Mission 2030. An initiative of BK Mehta Technology Cells and named under the visionary Sri BK Mehta, which connect important identities of textile industries. Third in series of BK Mehta Technology Networking Missions 2030 is a part of the BK Mehta Technology Mission Task Force Mission 2030, which was formed on 11th March 2023. These networking missions will give an opportunity to students from different textile industries institutes to interact with the industry's experts, industrialists, stakeholders, and government bodies from textile engineering and textile industries, and assist them with the informations for implementing their projects, innovations under various government schemes. We are fortunate to have with us today industry's expert, Dr. Ashwin Thakkar, consultant Ahmedabad, Dr. Chandan Chatterjee, former Director, Center for Entrepreneurship Development, Government of Gujarat, and presently as a Director, Evox System Private Limited, Ahmedabad. And Mr. Hiranmay Mahanta, CEO IHUB Ahmedabad, and Mr. Mahendrabhai Patel, Honorable General Secretary, and Mr. T.L. Patel. We welcome you all and thank you for sparing your valuable time for extending your valuable guidance to the students. We will also get an opportunity to observe various innovation of young minds at pilot plant academy level coming from students of DKTE, Societies Textile and Engineering Institute, Ichalkaranji, Maharashtra, RNG Patel Institute Technology, Surat, Gujarat, and PSC College of Technology, Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu. I, on behalf of ITMA management, extend my good wishes for a successful tenure in industries to the students and extend a warm welcome to this event. We also welcome press representative and all the participants, and thank you all of you for your active participation. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. I am also happy to inform that today's session we all have office bearers of ITMA. Mr. O. Mantriji is there. He is Vice President and he is representing Century Markers. Mr. Manan Shah is also there. He is our treasurer and he is representing MB Group. So we are fortunate to have them with us today. Now requesting our experts. I will start with Dr. Chandan Chatterjee. Just introduce him, his views. He is a former director, the Center of Entrepreneurship Development, Government of Gujarat. He is a former CEO, Atal Incubation Center, Gujarat Technological University. Former member, Doctoral Progress Committee, Gujarat Technological University. He is a senior visiting faculty, NIFT, EDII, GPU, and others. He is also a convener Gujarat Industrial Policy 2009 scheme, an enhancement of technical competence and manpower. And he is a member secretary Gujarat Textile Policy for 2012-13, and over 43 years of experience in industries, institutions, research and government bodies. He presented papers in countries like Canada, Israel, Germany, Italy, Myanmar, and others. So, with this short introduction, but it is a rich introduction, I request and I welcome Dr. Chandan Chatterjee to please give you views about these initiatives of ITMA.
Thank you. I thought the first opening remarks would start from the professor, but somehow it is given to me. Sorry for that.
No, go ahead, no problem, sir.
Okay. Because
मैं
थोड़ा अंग्रेजी हिंदी दोनों में
चलेगा सर
एंड गुजराती तो बोल सकता है मगर बोलेंगे तो थोड़ा प्रॉब्लम भी है तो
one second, if you don't mind, sorry, my colleague has reminded me about welcoming you to the formal bouquet. I request our office bearers and some office bearers of PAI to join to give the welcome there with a bouquet, both of our experts, Dr. Chandan Chatterjee and Dr. Ashwin. Happy join करो पटेल जी
आइए पटेल साहब प्लीज आइए प्लीज
थैंक यू
हमारे लिए बड़ी बात है कि आप हमारे लिए आए हो तो ये बात हमारे लिए बहुत बड़ी बात है ना
I request Ashwin Chatterjee, please.
Thank you, sir.
We also have Mr. CEO of IHUB, Mr. Mahanta, will be joining. He is engaged in some emergency meeting, so he will be joining shortly.
Thank you very much. मैं देखता थी कि एड्रेस ग्लोबली ना द ग्लोबली सिचुएशन क्या है एंड फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल before saying anything, I must thank you. ये initiative जो है new generation के लिए is a very important. All the time हम लोग address करते हैं only industries and these people further expansion, further diversity. But until and unless the bottom of these people were the new generation, उसको हम attractive नहीं बनाए ये sector को. And the difference between the new generation and our previous generation is primarily they can think broadly worldwide. We are still restricted in here and there, and they can put in the computer and mobile instantly. They can understand whole world what is happening. That is the beauty of the new generation. And many times I also felt it is a very necessary because of course technological obsolescence जो हो रहा है और other side अपना भी individual obsolescence भी हो रहा है. But until unless we incorporate the new generation in this process drastically, it is very difficult to make it sustainability as well as growth. And especially today, textile is not textile; it is a multidisciplinary activity for the sustainability. And especially all this now we know artificial intelligence. We are talking machine learning. We are talking because the quality is not that you are progressing or developing or it is a your sustainability के लिए भी अभी बहुत जरूरी है. Textile, especially both machinery industry and even textile as a whole, it is a more of labor-intensive industry, and labor cost is very high in a whole constitution. And that is the biggest problem. Until and unless those technology we are in a position to involve. I have seen many people are doing. Now that most of the work they are using artificial intelligence, very simple, small people, and that is the requirement for today. And you are also making various sessions on that. I must say thank you for that. And coming back to the situation in India and our global situation, of course, now is a new. There's always now the cotton is the major thing, is playing the driving force because and it is drastically has come down suddenly, and we are expecting again there will be significant growth because that will be the driving force. And again, for the machinery industry, also the growth is the driving. This growth again will make machinery's growth and this part. But sometimes we discuss in this product again what we should do, whether we should focus more on machinery and technology or is our as usual the process industry. See, question is everywhere the textile discussion again will come until the China, the major player, and then they are creating a lot of problem and now opportunity also to discuss it. But problem is the same. They have got the each and every technology, and India we have got that restricted the technology and the level of technology where it is. Whatever may be the reason, so many reasons are there for the development. But definitely, Pitama is playing a big role. In many places, we also in the sitting in the government also sometimes we felt okay, we are not in a position to make investment for the big industry on the machinery, but can it be possible on the accessories and supporting this part? That itself will be this driving force for the growth of textile machineries as a whole. At a time, everything cannot be possible. It is again driven out so many parameters and factors. Again, cost competitiveness. Globally, that situation we know as that day one is cotton drastically has gone down. But again, problem, so many other problem is coming because of that recent war also it is creating another impact. That recent war that Russia, war in Israel, Hamas, this one. Looks to be there is no impact, but most of the industries we are talking it is the cost of transport is becoming very high. And again is that the competitiveness, because today's competitiveness not is within domestic. If we are not in a position to manufacture, somebody will make it dumping, and that is the issue. पहले वो था कि हम चलो नहीं करेंगे इंडिया में हम करेंगे मार्केटिंग अभी नॉट पॉसिबल हम नहीं कर पा रहे कॉस्ट कॉम्पिटिटिव इंटरनेशनली. So cost factor is the major parameter where we should keep in touch, and especially the young generation, they should understand from the very beginning the cost parameter. Many people, because we talk about the innovation, then incubation, startup, but the issue is majority parameter. The issue is ultimately the cost. ultimately the cost. Cost नहीं हो पाए, समझ नहीं हो पाए, and cost is the validation for throughout the process. हम सोच के कर रहे हैं, एक बहुत अच्छा आइडिया है, सब कुछ है. मैं यंग जनरेशन में सब नेगेटिव साइड भी मैं देख रहा. They are enjoying with the best idea, but that's okay. But ultimately, your sustainability and validation in the whole parameter, not only within the country, in the world, and until that is done, the actual real success is a question mark. So we have to make them just other than technology. Now we are talking more on technology, but there is a cost. Of course, cost again will be driving it. Is that when you bring the technology, that kind of thing, updating yourself, then only cost competitiveness is there. And that is the process. We should encourage this, our next generation on that. Business is not just a good idea. Business, that is one, but it is throughout how you are making step one, step two, step three, validation and every parameter. Because the validation is not done, and you went on moving, and there will be some problem. You'll be trouble. That is the part I must say. Young generation we are talking. It is not just science and technology that is there, but again every parameter. Cost should be the driving force for bringing the best technology in the world. It is not that best. We should say best. Of course, again the best will have so many cost parameters also. So it's a desired level of quality. And that is the success story, I think. And India definitely is going to, we expect the rule, because China also we are finding now, Vietnam, Bangladesh, they are taking away many markets from China. That's another trend is going international. And that is very interesting. And China is where the competitiveness now it is going down and down. And many places in the textiles, they are going away where it is more of labor intensive or that kind of. And that young generation will have to find out those areas where China is living and catch hold of that kind of thing and do it in the world. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Excellent. Yes, you're right. We can also see from technical, technological, today we require techno-commercial. If it is not been accepted by the industry, it's of no use inventing anything. Now we will shift to, we'll invite our next industry expert, having a long experience, rightly said by Dr. Chatterjee, because he is having a long experience. We are asking him to give his talk. So, Dr. Ashwin Thakkar is there, textile consultant, Ahmedabad, Gujarat, India, he is from. Dr. Ashwin Thakkar is PhD in textile engineering. He has 5 years of industrial experience and 35 years of academic experience. In 1988, he joined textile department at LT College of Engineering as lecturer, and from 2011 to 2023, he was head of the department. His core areas include weaving, garment, technical textile, PPC, etc. Currently, he is a textile consultant. He was involved actively in various positions for PEQIP World Bank Project, CIIILP Canadian Government Project, and many other state and central government committees, including all Vibrant Gujarat shows. He has published, presented over 70 papers in journals, seminars, conferences. He has played instrumental role in organizing 7 international conferences and over 30 national seminars. He is patron member of the Textile Association India and life member of ISTE. Currently, he is chairman of the Textile Association Ahmedabad. He is actively associated with GCCI, ITAMA, ACPI, Akira, Mantra, Trade, TRABC, etc. He was also visiting faculty to RIFT, Gandhinagar and NID. He is also a recipient many awards of TEI, Institute of Engineers, etc. He is also reviewer of American journals like Textile Research Journal, Journal of Industrial Textiles, etc. He is also an editorial board of several magazines. Now, with this short introduction, I will request our next industry expert with a tremendous experience to please give his reviews regarding today's initiative of ITAMA.
Thank you, Mataji.
First one is Mate Sanja Magi. Mate Sanja.
I also take this opportunity to thank the organizers of this event, Jama, and hosted also by the IHUB. So I thank all of them, particularly Mataji and all office bearers for inviting me as an industry expert for this event. I'll give a little more detailed views about the textile industry as a whole, and come to the today's theme about the startups. When we look at the textile industry, if we divide them into various segments of the industry: spinning, weaving, processing, garmenting, and now technical textile also. When we look at the entire value chain and see, compare it with the growth of India, we realize that we have been doing excellently well in fiber, particularly cotton and spinning. If you look at the kind of exports countries making, we are very good in cotton exports, in the yarn exports. Which means that, of course, we have very good crop of cotton, and we have excellent setup of industry website. Out of 38 lakh looms, almost half of the looms are handlooms. If you compare the entire world figure, we realize that the entire world also does not have 18 to 19 lakh handlooms. Rest of the world. India has about 18 to 19 lakh handlooms, and almost similar number of looms in the shuttle category. When it comes to shuttleless category, the numbers are very less. They represent about 10% of the total loom units we have in the country. Okay, about 3 lakhs only. The last figure I can find out various platforms, which means that our weaving segment is highly fragmented. It is highly decentralized, scattered into smaller units. That is one of the reasons why importers from other countries do not prefer fabric from India. Of course, we are doing export, but we are not number one. Looking to the kind of cotton production, looking to the capacity of yarn which we have in the country, we should be number one in fabric also. But we are not. When it comes to garment again is highly fragmented, highly segmented, decentralized. When we go to the numbers, then we come to know that the number of units with more than 1,000 machines working at one place can be counted. Which means that the industry has been set up with very small number of machines per unit, maybe 30, 40 or 100, 200 machines, which is producing about 10,000, 15,000 garments per day. In China, most of the units will have at least capacity of 50,000 garments per day. In fact, government promotes only the scale, which of course the government also has started looking at. When we look at the processing units, processing machines, then also we can see the entire industry or entire segment is mainly scattered. We have separate finishing units, dyeing units. This kind of units are also there, which means of course that the era of composite mills is now getting fitted. It has a lot of advantages when it comes to MSME. It has a lot of advantages. At the same time, it also has disadvantages as a country, because textile being one of the most
net foreign exchange earning item for the country. The diamond, gems, and jewelry may be considered as a top item for the country's export. But how much is the net foreign exchange earning out of gems and jewelry? We are buying raw diamonds from the Euro. CAGR of about more than 10% compared to textile. Textile is progressing at the rate of about 5 to 7%, whereas technical textile has been progressing at a CAGR of about 10 to 11%, and it is expected to reach to 12 to 13% of CAGR, which means that in coming 10 to 15 years, technical textile will be in line with the traditional textile, which also includes the home textile. To support all these aspects of the situation of textile industry in the country, government also has come up with various schemes like PLI. PLI is of course for support to the large-scale industries. Then we have PM Mitra. PM Mitra parks, 7 parks have been approved so far, and one of them being in Gujarat, which are going to start very soon. Maybe within 2 to 3 years, we'll see the entire setup of PM Mitra Park coming up in the entire country. And to support technical textile industry, government has also come up with the NTT, National Technical Textile Mission, with an outlay of about 1,400 crore, which is mainly to support the educational institutes and the R&D centers. Like there are a lot of centers of excellence which are being set up by the government of India. One of them being in the DKT, Atira, Mitra, Sitra, all these places have been given the center of excellence. When we come to machinery, textile machinery, if you compare the textile machinery segment 20 years back and today, you will see it has been really doing excellent job. Today, from importing textile machines from most of the European, Japanese, even Chinese companies, we are now in a situation where we are exporting textile machines. A lot of companies in India are currently operating in various countries. I can quote a lot of examples, like a lot of companies are already exporting machines to maybe currently in Asian countries, but these are not far that we'll be able to export machineries to European countries and some part of the Americas also, including North and South America. We must be doing export to South American countries as well, probably. One guy would be able to get more about it, and Prashant Dramatics and a lot of companies. I'm just not naming all these companies. When you look at the world market, the data I have is about 2022. The world market of textile machinery was $47 million US. I hope Mataji is correct figure. And it is expected to reach to $73 billion US by 2030. And this is as per the data of the business, Fortune business thing. Now what is required is, do we want to copy the China model? That is, do we want to operate at a scale? Like in China, if you look at the Rifa looms, one of the most important brand of China in airjet category, Rifa looms. Bhavesh Bhai must be doing it. Rifa is now under probably Voltas in India. They are supplying more than 1,000 looms to you. we don't even import 1,000 loom in a year. And Rifa has been supplied to Chinese companies only. They mainly cater to Chinese companies. So 1,000 loom operating under one premises in China is what we call as scale. They are not operating at a speed of the Picanol or Sudapuma or Toyota, but they definitely are operating at a good speed, 300 RPM, which is very good speed for most of the colonies compared to Toyota, which will be running at 1200, 1300, or 1400 RPM. But when you compare the cost, they come at half the price. Half the price. Compared to 50 lakh, it comes at about 32 to 25 lakhs. If you are ready to bargain for 20 lakhs, it's also a reasonable price for the balloons. So, one model could be we can start operating at a scale. We should increase the scale. Those who are already doing well in the textile machinery side, they can think of increasing the scale of the business and make our machines more affordable, more reliable, more economical. Production may not be the only target. Like increasing the speed of the machine may not be the target for Indian markets. Like if you are able to supply heavy looms to Indian market, operating at a speed of about 300 to 400 RPM will be considered an excellent choice for most of the Indian companies, provided you are providing it at cost to Indian customers. Then there are a lot of sugar companies, Ahmedabad companies who are ready to switch over to repair and edge looms. We don't have probably any edge loom manufacturer in the country. So that also is an option we should look at. Why not being a country with such a great footing in the textile business does not have a single edge loom manufacturer in the country? Of course, you'll have to compete with Renault or Attach. And Chaudhary's have already mentioned about the sustainability. Yes, definitely. Whatever we do, whatever we think about, should always include the sustainability aspects, because that is going to be the mantra for everybody working in any industry. Because we should also look at our future generations, how they will survive maybe 20, 30 years down the line. And connected with this is another term which is called circularity in the entire operation. That is, right from birth of the product to the entire life cycle of the product. Maybe 50 years, 60 years, like if you're buying a machine, the life may be 50 years or 60 years. When you're buying a garment, life may be a few years, maybe 1 year, 2 years, like that. What happens to that garment at home? Do we think about it? Or is it simply becoming part of the solid waste landfill? Because we generate about 110 million tons of this globally only textile. 110 million tons. So it is very extremely important for all of us to understand the circular economy, how we will have to learn about reusing first of all, regenerating. If these are not possible, then these identify. Okay, these are the areas we should look upon. Now coming to the today's theme, startup. I have been connected with startup right from the initiation of the startup or SSIP, Student Startup Promotion Scheme, which was launched by the Government of Gujarat and the Government of India. This was an initial funding program by the then Chief Minister Narendra Modi ji, who is currently the Prime Minister. He initiated the entire concept of promoting the young minds. And he started with the entire concept that why not we fund them, provide them seed fund, so that these young minds flourish. They are not struggling everywhere for the funds. So he started this entire concept, which later on became the national program. Today, startup has become the most important activity for most of the engineering colleges, because even science colleges also have the same kind of event. When I was working as head of the department in Chemical and Engineering, lot of projects have undergone SFIB program to get funded. Remember, when you start funding the student projects, you should always be ready for failures. They are not exactly failures. Student is 17, 18, 19 young student has come up with an idea. Instead of discouraging him, why not promote him? His idea may fail. Does not matter. 90 to 95% of ideas gradually fail. But what about 5% of ideas which become a success ideas? So, with this concept in mind, the government started funding 2 lakh rupees per student with an idea, which will increase to 20 lakh per student if the idea reaches to after the POC stage. It's proof of concept stage, when the idea reaches beyond, he will be funded for the 20 lakh rupees. And even IHUB can go beyond that also. Because IHUB is a central agency for the entire startup activity. I'm happy to share with you that recently we had a conclave at GCCI, with the Chamber of Commerce and Industry, where we took up this entire concept very seriously. And we invited about 28 startups from the entire country. Where we had these startups coming from Tirupur, from Coimbatore, from Bombay, and from all the corners of the country. We screened out them. We finalized 11 of them. Further, they were screened, and we came at a point where we can invite 4 of them to speak in front of an audience of 800. Textile Conclave, big event. Only one of them was sitting here, Prashant. You also spoke there. Yeah. His startup was presented during the GCCI Conclave. He has probably made a shirt with a lot of intelligence into it. T-shirt with a lot of intelligence into it. I'm happy we are here also. So, even one more event is coming up in the month of October, event for technical textile. I think we are planning to have a startup promotion over there also, which also shows that startup is now being taken up very seriously by everyone. The only concern which I can raise at this point to all machinery manufacturing association office bearers is that please provide hand-holding to them. What they need is funding mainly happens to the government. So they are not worried about funding part because government provides them some seed funding. Only thing is they need a space where they can carry out their small experiments. Of course, there are a lot of labs available in the colleges, but sometimes
excellently, and instead of going here and there, they are the final takeaway of the student. Whatever students are coming out, it can be jointly taken by IHUB, and it's a very good platform. Instead of definitely we will have a interaction with stakeholders, government bodies, but IHUB is there today. We are thanking them. We welcome them. We have also noted your point of fragmenting of the weaving industry. You're right, because we have seen the industry decentralized when there was a strike in Mumbai and in other places. industry started the weaving sector in Maharashtra. And government has taken a note of it, and they have tried to bring them together again through textile parks. The textile park is having this concept to bring all the industry under one roof. But I think the culture where the industry was under one roof by private stakeholders like Bombay, Raymond, Morarji, they were having a brand. And there, I think if you see politically, it was a dictatorship. There was an owner to control this. But I am very question mark how the government will be able to control all these people under textile park. They have given a platform to make a business under one park and come together, connect with each other, reduce the logistics, and form a very strong supply chain. So let us see how much we are successful. ITMA has taken initiative to form a smart data clinic. Knowing this problem of students not having a data, we are, today we are in a need of a data, authentic data. We are not able to connect each other. So with Sambuk, we had an MOU and we are doing a smart data clinic. It's a long procedure, long road, and I think it will be helpful to students, this initiative of ITMA. Also realizing the importance, I should mention ITMA, TNMA and ITMA Society has come together and we are forming a grey paper on textile engineering study. We have invited international consultants. We are having a lot of meetings with them and it will be benchmarked soon with this subcommittee of textile engineering industry and we will be forming a very good Vision 2047. So these all data documents are very useful, which will guide us because today what we see, we are a little bit in dilemma. We don't know where to invest, where to go. Technical textile is a very good field, you said, and sustainability again is coming a very important aspect, and we have to work on it. So this is a very good info to all the students. Now we will shift to the next process. I think anyone from IHUB, Mahanta will be able to join?
No, sir.
Okay. So we will go to our now next session, which is a student session. And student, we will give first opportunity to Vishala, right?
Yes.
To online students who are there from
Sneha.
KCT,
Sneha.
PhD.
PhD college, Sneha.
Coimbatore. All these, we are coming from Maharashtra and South. So let us have that session and start it. Thank you.